Luma is a young firefly living in a world made of pure magical light. Her home is a gigantic tree at the center of a glowing forest where all the fireflies live together in harmony. It's beautiful, peaceful, and safe until one day it's not. Welcome to Disney's new animated series, The Wonderful World of Mickey Mouse, where Mickey and friends go on magical adventures throughout the multiverse. And this is the story of Luma, Acti the Flicker, 0-30 min. We're introduced to Luma's world, a forest made entirely of magical light where every living thing glows with a beautiful inner radiance. At the center is the Great Glow Tree, home to all the forest creatures, including hundreds of different kinds of fireflies. Each are unique, each glow a different color, and each have their own special talent except for Luma. All she can do is leave little sparks wherever she flies, which makes her feel like an outcast. She doesn't understand why she's different from the other fireflies or what purpose she could possibly have in the Great Glow Forest. Every night the forest comes alive with music and dance as the fireflies play hide and seek among the luminous flora and fauna. But Luma spends her nights alone, just watching from afar, too afraid to join in because she doesn't want to reveal how dim her glow really is. One particularly vibrant evening, Luma is so overcome with loneliness that she finally decides to approach the group. But before she can say a word, a terrible screeching sound erupts from the Gloomlands, a dark and dangerous place beyond the forest where evil creatures called the Gloom dwell. Suddenly, a giant bat swoops down from the sky, grabs the forest's queen, Queen Solara, and disappears into the Gloomlands, plunging the forest into darkness. The fireflies panic. Their glow is fading fast, and if they can't get it back, they might die. Queen Shan, the wisest and oldest firefly, reveals that Queen Solara left behind a map to the Great Spark, a legendary source of magical light hidden somewhere in the forgotten lands beyond the forest. The only way to save their world now is to find the Great Spark and bring its power back to the forest. But no one is brave enough to attempt such a dangerous journey, that is, until Luma. Although she's scared, Luma knows she has to try. No one else will. She takes the map and flies off into the darkness to find the Great Spark and save her world. As the sun begins to set over Mickey's town, casting long shadows across Main Street, Mickey and friends gather together for their weekly clubhouse meeting. They're playing a game called Storytime Surprise, where each of them takes turns picking a magical adventure for the group to experience. This week, it's up to Daisy to choose, but she's having trouble deciding. Suddenly, a magical book appears in her hands, and before she knows it, she and the gang are whisked away to the magical world of the fireflies. When they arrive, they find Luma packing her bag, preparing for her journey. She explains everything that's happened and asks if they can help her save the forest. Of course they will. After all, they are Mickey and his friends. Donald immediately volunteers to be Luma's protector, much to the annoyance of Goofy, who thinks he should be the one going on this adventure instead. Daisy steps in to mediate and suggests that Goofy come along too. With their team complete, Luma leads the way, following the map to the Forgotten Lands. As they fly deeper into the forest, Luma begins to lose hope. The map is old and faded, and the forest is so dark, she can't be sure they're even on the right path. Just when she's about to admit defeat, Mickey spots something strange ahead, a faint glimmer of light shining through the trees. Could this be the Great Spark? As they get closer, they realize it's not the Great Spark, but something else, a little firefly trapped inside a spiderweb. Luma stops to help, but the creature is too tangled. She can't get close enough to free it without getting caught herself. Seeing this, Donald steps in and uses his sailor skills to tie a rope around the spiderweb. He pulls it tight, creating a swing that sends the creature flying through the air and out of the web. Reunited, the creature and its family fly off to safety, and Luma feels inspired. If she can help others on her journey, maybe she can be brave enough to save her world too. Following the map again, the group soon arrives at a sparkling river, but there's a problem. On the other side is a gigantic spider, blocking their way. Luma tries to fly over, but the spider swats at her with its giant legs, sending her crashing into the water below. Mickey and his friends rush to help, but they're too scared to fight the spider themselves. That is, until Goofy steps in. He charges forward and headbutts the spider, distracting it long enough for Mickey to tie another rope around its legs. This time it's a seesaw that sends the spider tumbling onto its back. Defeated, it runs off into the bushes and the group is free to cross the river. On the other side, they're greeted by an adorable little creature who introduces himself as Pip. He explains that he's been expecting their arrival and leads them deeper into the Forgotten Lands. Soon, The ground begins to shake and a deep voice booms out from above. The group looks up to see a giant worm slithering toward them. Pip says the only way to defeat the worm is with the power of friendship, an incredibly rare and extremely powerful magic. The group gathers together, holding hands in a circle. They close their eyes and focus on their friendship, which magically transforms them into a dazzling constellation that blinds the worm. When they open their eyes, the worm is gone. In its place is a small, shimmering pebble, the Great Spark. With the Great Spark in hand, Luma feels confident she can finally save her world. But Pip warns her that she must be careful. The Gloom are attracted to light and there's a whole army of them waiting to stop her. Before the others can say goodbye, Luma runs ahead, eager to put an end to the Gloom's reign once and for all. As she flies, Luma feels her spark growing brighter and brighter until suddenly, bam, she crashes into a tree, knocking herself unconscious. When she wakes up, she finds herself surrounded by Gloom, all staring at her while the Queen watches from afar. It seems Luma didn't make it after all, or did she? Just then, her spark explodes with a blinding flash of light, causing the Gloom to scatter. Recovering from the blast, Luma looks around to see that the forest is filled with light once again. All the fireflies are safe, and in the distance, she sees Queen Solar approaching. The two exchange a grateful hug and Luma realizes that she didn't need to defeat the Gloom after all. Her journey had given her confidence, courage, and most importantly, purpose. She may not be like the other fireflies, but she's exactly where she needs to be. As the sun sets over Mickey's town, it's time for the gang to head back. Before they go, Luma gives Mickey and friends the constellation seeds, magical pebbles that will allow them to call upon the power of friendship whenever they need it. Back at the clubhouse, Daisy closes the book, returning everyone to Mickey's backyard. They say goodbye to their new friends and promise to return soon. Then it's off to Dreamland for another exciting day of magical adventures. So, what do you think? Will you visit the Forgotten Lands? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more Disney adventures. See ya!